I play Kinsey in The Strangers Pray at Night. She's this rebellious, fierce-minded, but very troubled teenage girl. When we first meet her, you get the sense that she's not only isolated from the world around her, but completely isolated from her family. But then as you start to watch the movie, she's forced into this world of literally becoming an adult, from a child who doesn't know what she wants, doesn't feel like herself, to having to fight like an adult, and is thrown into this world of horror. At night, it has this ominous feel because you're out in the middle of the woods. You're not surrounded by houses and lights and city lights. You're in the middle of what feels like nowhere, and that's creepy in itself. So when they first pull up, it's a sense of like, where are we? Why do we have to be there? But it's not until things start taking place that you're like, why? Why did we actually have to be there? The girl who knocks on the door is the famous one from the first film. She asks those crazy lines as to hammer her home, and when that happens, it's this eerie sense of, one, we haven't seen anyone since we've been here. Kinsey actually has this really fun moment with her brother Luke where she storms out, he catches up to her, he tries to make things better, and they start walking and kind of messing with each other, and they look at one of the trailers, and the door is opened, and being her kind of fierce, rebellious self, she's like, let's go check it out. Like, are you scared? Let's go inside. And he follows, and at first it becomes like a fun little adventure of her brother and sister until they walk through a door and they smell something horrible and they see two mutilated bodies. The mind games that the strangers play is, to me, one of the scariest elements because they don't have to be in your face all the time for them to be messing with you and bringing down your level of hope and your fierceness one by one. My favorite part about this movie is that our characters fight back. They're not going to go down without a fight. They are passionate with the love of each other. They're smart. They are driven. And there's not one moment that I feel like you're kind of like, just run. Like, what are you doing? They're giving it all they have. And I think that's what makes the film so heartbreaking, is that there's not something that they're not doing. They're literally giving it everything that they have. She's not hiding in a bush and she's not underneath the car. She's using her resources. She's grabbing a police shotgun and has no clue how to fire it, but is giving everything that she has. She's bleeding, she's sore, she's been stabbed, she's hurting physically, emotionally. The strangers are talking to family because it's fun. There's no reason why. That's what's so horrible about it. They found people that are awake, and they thought that that would be a fun thing to do, is to torment them. There's no right or wrong reason. It's just what they do, and I think that's what makes it so awful. When the music was placed, we're like, that was it, like that was our golden ticket. But the music is great because, I mean, you're screaming, you're crying, and then you have beautiful music that like my mom grew up in that used to be happy, and pool parties and like summer vacations playing over it, and it just adds extra element of dread. The storyline of The Strangers Pray at Night focuses on a family. They take a road trip to drop their youngest daughter off to a boarding school. They stop along the way at this retirement trailer park to rest for the night. Three knocks happen on the door, and when they open the door, some family chaos comes through. They start to become split up because of it, and as Kinsey and her brother go into the night, they uncover two bodies, and the two bodies are just a hint for what's to come, and then they all have to fight for their lives. Christina Hendricks, she's brought so much life to the role that it was such a joy for her and I to get to work together. She's torn knowing that her family isn't what it should be. And, I mean, she's heartbroken, the fact that she has to take her daughter away. She doesn't want that. She doesn't want her daughter to hate her or look at her the way that she does. And in her mind, she's doing everything that she can and the right thing to do. Whether it was the right thing to do or not, in her head, this was the last resort to save her and her daughter's relationship. Kinsey's dad is just someone that I think he loves his wife. I think he's supporting Cindy. He knows that it's his job to stand by and support the mom and say, I'm here for you. But I also think, you have a father-daughter relationship. There always is some sort of a special relationship between the two of them. And I think that's hard for Cindy sometimes because he can get through to Kinsey at times. She can't. We'd hear really strange noises in the woods. It became frightening, yeah. But our set decorators were amazing, and we felt as if we were really living in the elements that we were scared of, which helps. I mean, I was underneath trailers with actual spiders on my legs and actual dirt on my body. There was nothing superficial or movie-like about it. I was living in the elements. It is truly a one-of-a-kind experience. I mean, you will be fighting alongside these characters. You will be screaming when something goes wrong. You will be fighting back when something goes right. You'll be applauding if there's a little bit of hope in the film. It's a thrill. It's like going on a roller coaster, but you're watching a movie, and to me, that's what movies and storytelling should be. It should be for the audiences and an experience, but I think you're gonna love it.
Hey guys, what did you think of that horror video? Now don't click out, as I have a scary fact from the horror Child's Play. Did you know that the movie was inspired by a real event? Well, in 1909, Key West painter and author Robert Eugene Otto claimed that one of his family's servants placed a voodoo curse on his childhood toy, Robert the Doll. Supposedly, the doll would mysteriously move from room to room, knock furniture over, and conduct conversations with Otto. Robert the Doll was left in the attic until Otto's death in 1974, when new owners moved into his Florida home. The new family also claimed mysterious activities would happen in the house connected to the doll. Today, Robert the Doll is on display at the Custom House and Old Post Office in Key West, Florida. What's your favorite horror movie? Let me know in the comments below, and remind you that we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. Ciao ciao!